We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise. We help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We're deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. You're back on the air with the restaurant brokers Eric and Robin Gagnon as we satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success. This week, we're joined by Amanda Marcello, who is telling us about this great trend report generated by her firm, Andrew Freeman and Company. And Eric, I think you have some questions about the trends for this year, because some of them are just pretty wacky, right?
I know. I want to talk a bit more about, maybe actionable steps for some of our listeners that are in the business and listen to this, and now their creative juices are starting to flow. And I know one of the trends you talked about is candy and how they apply it, whether it's as a for-profit center or maybe leave a memorable piece, at the end of the meal or something like that. Can you talk a bit more about what y'all found out about that, Amanda?
Yeah, we remember that. Everyone remembers the after dinner mint or the peppermints that are in the big bowl at the front desk, right? And those are kind of something we've seen for a very long time. It's very expected, but this presents an opportunity. Pastry chefs have really come into their own, are collaborating with new ideas and new products, and we kind of saw a couple of years ago a ton of house-made ice creams and things like that. And I think that's continuing to that's a kind of still happening, but almost expected. But then talk about candy a little bit. Pastry chefs have a ton of talent. They've all mostly have been trained or interested in candy. And a retro artisanal candy that's house-made is a great way to either offer something smaller on your dessert menu that's more approachable. So if, again, talking about, health-conscious millennials or even anyone, really, any generation who says, I just want something small and something sweet to end the meal. They're not looking at big, huge pieces of cheesecake. Maybe, a nice house-made candy or a gummy bear or a fruit, twist is what they're looking for. A great way to end a meal. These creative wrappers and what you see for candy wrappers is actually very accessible and easy to buy and almost, a fraction of a penny. So, leaving that ending that experience with leaving that, the check and those house-made candies and telling the story behind them. The Simple Farm in Scottsdale, they have an award-winning goat milk caramel with sea salt and bourbon vanilla.
Wow.
And so, these servers and this staff and that place has pride with that. They have pride in that last gift, that parting gift they give to their guests. And their guests actually treat it as a gift because it is special. It's not that mint that's at the bowl at the front desk or dropped on top of a check presenter that people could care less about. Nobody gets that mint and says, wow, how great, they gave us a mint. This is wonderful. I'm going to put it in my pocketbook. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to have it later. It doesn't happen, right? But the story of the goat milk caramel with the bourbon vanilla in the cute wrapper, and, that gets grabbed. People take a little bit longer to take that in.
Right, and then they turn around and they talk to friends about it. And more importantly, in this day and age, they'll snap a photo of it and put it on their Facebook pages and their social media streams, and before you know it, you've got a message heard around the social media world.
Exactly. It goes viral. And then people want to know, how do I make that? How do I get that? Can I get that without going there? Can I buy it from you? That's the dream, right? A restaurateur gets a call and says, I want to order 100 of your candies for my favors at my bridal shower. I love them. That's what you want to hear, right?
Exactly.
That's what we're all looking for.
So can you hit on for us some of the biggest or some of the most unusual trends that you guys capture for 2015? Is there something there that even surprised you as a expert in this industry?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the introduction of really sour flavors is interesting to me. From pickles, taking it beyond pickles to a lot of vinegar-based shrub cocktails. I didn't think we were going towards that. And, from last year to this year, we've seen them pop up everywhere, making their own shrubs with preserved fruit, whether it's cherries or strawberries or watermelon. There's just a lot of options with, vanilla, sugar, and water that you add this to a cocktail, and it's, you're adding it to a whiskey-based cocktail with some spice, and there's actually a market for it. People are looking for more sour flavors in items from, that aren't just pickles, to maybe your a salad dish or a burger or a cocktail or even dessert.
Now, I know you spent quite a bit of time about candy, but you did mention something about ice cream, and I'm a big fan of ice cream. So you said ice cream's not going away, which I'm very happy because I'll be very sad the day you tell me that the ice cream is on the past. So tell us a little bit about, I know we, like you said, all kinds of different things, but you see that more and more ice cream kind of base, center plate for dessert in the menus. What are some of the trends you're seeing in that piece?
Definitely crazy ice cream flavors. Because it's not we don't expect anymore to see, we either expect to see a great quality ice cream that's local, served on the menu, or we expect to see it served in-house, which allows us to see a lot of creativity because these folks are artisans, right? They're saying, let's do a Vietnamese coffee ice cream. Let's do the bacon ice creams that we saw for a while there. There's a lot of opportunity to try new flavors and flavor combinations in ice creams, and I think, they're all creating these desserts that have multi-components. This isn't a bowl of ice cream. This is a spiced cake with a ganache and a scoop of ice cream on the side and maybe a candy element or a sugar element that heightens the whole thing. So it's part of how it speaks to the whole dish and how all these flavors come together. So you might see an ice cream flavor with 2, 3, or 4 kind of components to it. And in the past where people were like, ooh, I don't know if I want to try that, it's more accepted, it's more recognized now.
I know that you have been doing this trend report a while, and it really gets a lot of national coverage. Who has weighed in and sort of disseminated this? And tell us quickly, because we're going to run up against a break.
Absolutely. Nation's Restaurant News, the Wall Street Journal, Restaurant Hospitality. We've seen it in our own San Francisco magazine. It's just something that has a lot of legs nationally, which is great for our firm, but also great to get the word out about the presentation itself. And it can all be downloaded online on our website.
What's the web address quickly?
www.afandco.com.
Oh, you heard it here, straight from the trendsetters themselves and those that cover the trend, Amanda Marcello with her firm, Andrew Freeman and Company. Remember, take a moment and like us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com. We Sell Restaurants. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Sell Restaurants. Of course, we're on LinkedIn, and our YouTube channel is We Sell Restaurants. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon, your industry authority, and we'll be right back.